welcome those of you who are watching San Antonio beat Philly right now. We are tied, Atlanta in the red with the ball, working against the world champion Washington Bullets. The Hawks had fallen back by 12 points in the second period, and now they lead. And it has been Danny Roundfield. He is 7 of 14, Rod, with 17.
But Eddie Johnson again with a beautiful feed. There's Roundfield for the dunk. Penetrating guards have made the difference for Atlanta, in particular late in that second quarter, and now here early in the third period.
Tenacious Atlanta defense. Inside and stolen underneath by Drew, and here they come again. They eliminated Houston in 2 games. Now they're squared off against the world champions. Armond Hill from Princeton. Grevey looking for a screen to his right. Goes with him. Into the corners, Eddie Johnson. Back now to Hill. Quickly to John Drew. Jump shot outside. Goes out. Wes Unseld. 3 fouls in the first half on Wes. So he sat out the second period. Dandridge had the hot hand. 14 points. Coming up with the shot, he was fouled. And John Drew has been frustrated completely.
That's his 4th foul. I talked about that a moment ago, that's one thing they wanted to avoid. They'll have to take Drew out. We have 10-16 left third quarter, and Jack Givens from Kentucky will replace John Drew, and he will have to try and contain Mr. Bob Dandridge, who's at the free throw line for 2 free throws.
Dandridge, Hayes, and Unseld, that starting front line, they have played in a total of 249 playoff games coming into this series. Tied at 48. Third period in Landover. Jack Givens rotates in, and there was a foul and score it. They give him the continuing. Jimmy Capers outside said put it up and send him to the line.
That's a good call. Here's Givens making the move. He's got Grevey beating on the play. The foul occurred before he took that shot. Grevey bumping him, and they give him the continuation, which is a professional rule, and the basket counts, and he'll look for the 3-point play. But he's got it.
51-48 as a result. The incredible Hawks are ahead of the champions here in game 1. Grevey, double team. There's the pressure defense looking for the open man. Quickly they find Hayes. 1-point game.
He's got his own rim record.
Whenever you go to a defense like that, someone is open, and the Bullets found it right underneath. Hayes has been frustrated on offense, but extremely tough defensively for Dick Motta in this game. Hill wants the post. Grevey, there's a foul. It's offense, gonna go the other way. He was elbowing Grevey away from him. Bullets can go for the lead. They trail it by 1. There's the backcourt pressure. Johnson on the ball. Henderson beats him with a dribble. Jumps it over to Grevey now. Loose and a foul. Hill was coming up on Grevey. Zach Madden's got Armond.
Good call. He got him as he tried to bring the ball up. And Grevey was going in the act of shooting, so he'll be rewarded with 2 free throws. They got a timeout with 9 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third quarter. And the Atlanta Hawks have taken the lead of 51-50.
We are back in Landover, Maryland, where the world champion Washington Bullets trail the Atlanta Hawks 51-50. The Bullets squandered a 12-point lead in the second period. Here's Kevin Grevey, their big guard and sometimes small forward at the line, shooting for the tie. And if you want to watch a couple of coaches at work, we'll be checking out Hubie Brown, who never stops, and Dick Motta, who can stay right up with him. Bullets lead it by 1, 52-51, and drop back now on defense. Johnson and Hill still in the backcourt. Hubie Brown was going to send Terry Furlow out there. Here's Jack Givens. Jump shot. Oh, so reminiscent of that NCAA final.
Beautiful move. He got Dandridge rolling to the basket. He pulled up short on him and jump shot the ball right through without any trouble.
Johnson pressuring Henderson. The Hawks never ease up. Unseld rolled to the basket after passing to Dandridge. Henderson coming inside at Givens, and Jack fouled him. 75-51. San Antonio still ahead of Philadelphia. We'll keep you right up to date, and of course, if we get close at all, we'll send the One Network right back. And if we get terribly, terribly close, we'll send everybody down there for a check. But in the meantime, Hot Rod, we'll give all the scores out right here.
We'll do it all right here in the nation's capital. The Washington Bullets, they're really struggling at this point. Henderson can put them up.
54-53. We have been tied 6 times. The lead has changed hands 7 times. Here's Danny Roundfield, formerly of Indiana. Hang time was good. He just couldn't roll it in, and again he was there.
That was great defense by Elvin Hawes. He was not to be fooled into a foul.
There he is. He's got the open shot.
He is without question the key to this ball club at both ends of the court. Elvin Hawes.
We have talked about Moses Malone as possibly the most valuable player. In Washington, they will tell you that it should be, without a shadow of a doubt, Elvin Hawes.
He has hit 3 consecutive shots in this game.
Hawes turns on E and buries 2. Good shot by Hawes. That'll keep E honest. He'll have to stay out now. 56-55. Bullets lead it. 8 minutes, 3rd period in Landover. Dandridge from the corner. Givens will have to pay a lot of attention to him. He's short. Good defense by Jack that time. In the middle, it's Armond Hill coming down, and that dishes to Johnson. Score it, and he'll come to the free throw line, and Hubie Brown is applauding the play.
Perfect timing on the fast break. He took the ball right down the middle, and then fed off to Eddie Johnson. Here's Grevey for the foul. Perfect timing on the play, and Eddie banked the shot up and in, and the Hawks have taken the lead.
4 fouls on Kevin Grevey. Johnson waits for Henderson, who comes up across the line. So the mystery team from Atlanta is a mystery no longer. Here's Grevey. Outside shot on Hill. Rattled it out, and Givens the rebound, and here's Armond, but the Bullets are back. There'll be no easy basket. Hill will try it anyway. Yes, sir. He turned the corner with it.
Beautiful timing and a great outlet pass from Jack Givens to get the fast break started.
Dandridge comes right back down the baseline. Coming inside of Hawes, he was fouled by the big center.
Here's Grevey shoveling the ball off. As Dandridge made his move to the right baseline, Hawes cut him off as Bobby tried to turn to go underneath for a shot. Washington ball. Now he wants Hawes to give him a little room. That's smart on the part of Wes Unseld.
Dandridge took the inbounds from Wes. Well, let's trail it by 3 right now. Dandridge for the shot. And Givens has forced 2 misses out of Bobby D from that side, and that could be a key factor. Drew had a lot of trouble. Hill. Loose ball taken down by CJ. 3 on 2 now. Over to the left is Dandridge. Dandridge comes up on Hawes. That time he hit.
Hawes put his hands in his pockets on the defense on that play. It's a good move because Dandridge had the momentum going right at him. But he fronted him, forced him to take the shot over the top, and Dandridge hit it off the glass.
Textbook fast break with Henderson on the right of CJ, and CJ waiting until just the right moment. Now it's Roundfield. He bounced into Unseld. Foul called down underneath. There's going to be a timeout, Washington. And it has gone against Wes Unseld. That is number 4. Dick Motta is livid with the officiating right now. He's just standing there staring at the officials. When Hubie Brown talks, everyone in that Atlanta huddle listens. Let's check in a few seconds ago.
Hey, I've got a breather because the ball is going in and the next pass is going to here. Now, Jack, if that happens to you again and you're coming back here with your man, forget about your man. Get over here on the top because we have to send him back. You understand? Okay, so that's...
Forget about your man, Jack. Right now, Jack's got to worry about a little offense. Armond Hill high off Elvin Hawes. Run down by Henderson. Here they come. Unseld's rumbling down the middle right now. Greg Ballard is checked in to see what he can do, and Charles Johnson misses. Hawes to the rebound. There's the Philadelphia San Antonio score. The Spurs still very much in command. We'll keep you up to date. Hawes with a miss. Hawes hands off now to Henderson, who comes up, and there's that pressure by the Hawks. Tough defense Hubie Brown has got. Who are these guys?
One thing they can do up front with Roundfield and Hawes, if either player gets in trouble, they still got Tom McMillan at 6'11" to come in and play Hawes.
Hawes backed Roundfield in. Danny stayed right with him, and a little too carefully that time. He hacked him up over the top.
He'll get the foul. It's Roundfield. Here's the pass from the wing position. Johnson drops into the Big E. He'll turn to his left and simply just go up and challenge Roundfield. He got the shot away and was clipped on the arm for the foul.
And only 2 fouls on Roundfield, and he's got the tough assignment watching the Big E in low.
I'll tell you one thing, he is going to be heard from in this playoff. Dan Roundfield, virtually unknown nationally, but an excellent player, a great leaper. He has done a tremendous job with this Atlanta ball club.
And it is not true that the richest clubs always win. If you took Atlanta's payroll, they would be ranked in the bottom 5 in the NBA.
That's the first free throw missed by the Bullets there as Hayes misses. They have made 13 consecutive free throws. Atlanta, by the way, fares better, Brent, against your playoff clubs. They have a better record than does the Bullets, who fared much better against lower opposition.
60-59. The Big E has got the champions up by a point. 5 minutes and 35 seconds, third period. Except for that 12-point lead by the Bullets. This has been nip and tuck and back and forth, and Johnson dishes. Roundfield's open. Missed it, and Eddie Johnson stuck with a rebound.
He got that basket just out of quickness because Unseld was there, and the little guy quickly put it back up. Had it been a big man, I think Unseld possibly could have got a hand to it and blocked it because it would have been a slower move.
Now the Bullets go for the lead. Unseld out high. Hayes double team. Unseld rolled away when his man left him, missed the shot, knocked back to Armond Hill. Bullets are cold. They've missed some open shots. Roundfield up on Hayes, took it in his face. Danny Roundfield went to the summit that time.
Can you believe that dunk? And Elvin Hayes right up there with him. Let's look at it again. What a move. Armond Hill spying his man all the way. Perfect timing. Here's Hayes. Roundfield carries him right up and slams it down.
Mark it down. It made it 63-60 in the third, and it's an indication that the Hawks are going to play him tough in this series.
Roundfield has that ability to jump like a Marcus Johnson or David Thompson of Denver. I mean, from off that floor, he gets up in the air.
Atlanta has not won a playoff series since 1970 until they eliminated Houston in 2 straight. They took care of Moses Malone. Ballard now spinning, had Givens in the air, turned around, and Jack fouled him trying to get out of the way.
He said that perfectly. He was trying to get his body away. He had turned his back, tried to pull his arms in. He knew that he was going to be called for the foul.
There it is. The Spurs 80, Philadelphia 61. Again, that's game 1. Best 4 out of 7. Here's Ballard.
He's a 6'7" forward, Brent. Second year from Oregon, a #1 draft pick. Has a lot of potential, but has a tough time getting in the lineup because Washington has so much talent.
A 2-point Atlanta lead with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go, third period. Here's Roundfield, top of the circle. Givens wanted it. Now they work Johnson, the second cutter through. Patiently, Roundfield waited. He let Givens go on through. Johnson came over here, checked with us, and they made a complete circle.
Second man through. He'll take the dance, but right in.
That's 3 in a row for Fast Eddie. Now it's the Bullets. And the champions are digging in, trailing by 4. Here's E. Not there. He stayed with it.
3 times. And you notice that Roundfield could have blocked it, but knowing that it would have been goaltending, he pulled his hand back, and then Hayes stayed right after it and got the tip in.
Givens pops out. Here's Roundfield. He waits now, give it up to Hill. Johnson wants it inside of Henderson. Here's Armond faking, getting inside, and Givens is open. He sent it right back to him, but he couldn't hit the shot. Hawes outduels Unseld. Boy, did you see the Hawks that time? They went to the open man. He missed the shot, stayed with the rebound, and Johnson had already dropped back on defense, not to give the Bullets a fast break basket. Win or lose, they are impressive. Here is Hill. Hawes slides away from the screen. Now they position. Hill up with the turnaround, rolled it in. Free ball, it'll be the Bullets. Here's CJ. He's got Henderson on the right. Henderson will go to the glass, and Hawes knocks it away.
Perfect timing on the block. Now, Steve Hawes is not known as a shot blocker, but he got that one. Henderson down. He's all right. He'll get up. One thing against a fast break, you've got to dig back. That second and third man are the keys. You've always got at least one man back. That time Hawes made it back and got the block.
Got a timeout.
Take a look
Here's
at
slow-mo.
Here's Hawes coming from the left side. Blocked it down with his left hand. And the resurging Atlanta Hawks have a 2-point lead at 66-64.
Coming up next Saturday, the new look CBS Sports Spectacular will take you to the People's Republic of China. And I understand that you're going to take a glimpse at the world's tallest basketball player, 7 foot 9 inch Mr. Mu. That's next Saturday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We've also got Howard Davis, his fight of the week, and some gymnastics championships all coming up next week. And of course, the weekend will start off on Friday night, 11:30 Eastern Time, with an NBA playoff game from the West. We still don't know which game until the mini-series conclude later this afternoon. 2 minutes left in the third quarter there, 84-65. Here in Landover, we've got a dandy. And the audience levels are picking up too, Hot Rod. I checked in on the ratings. We had a little old 24 share last week. Some people have been interested in how we do in the ratings. Fans are coming around. It's that time of year. Hayes is off. Yanked down now by Roundfield. Cross court, and here comes Hill. It's 66-64. Hawks and Hill to the glass. Put it up. 68-64. The champions. Hayes is free. Fouled and scored. Big play. Tree Rollins fouled him. Good play by E.
Tree had 3 fouls in the first half. Now he's saddled with 4. Hayes simply outran him like he does a lot of times. Here's Tree coming over his back. No question he fouled him. And Elvin Hayes will look for the 3-point play. Had a chance to pull the Bullets to within 1. Not a good free throw shooter on the year, only 65%.
Good enough that time to pull them to within the 1 at 68-67 and 2:42 to go. Third period in Landover. UB up, yelling instructions. Screaming also at the bench. Now he wants McMillan. Now he wants somebody to do something else. Here's Hill. Give it up, but it was a bad pass. Ballard had rolled into position. Now it's the Bullets coming back down. Bullets can go ahead. Right is off. Ballard with a good fake. Inside of Givens. Loose ball. Batted down. Roundfield. He traveled. It'll go to the Bullets. They get it back.
No one touched him on the play. It's a good call. He just fell off balance. I mean, the action is really getting rough underneath. Both clubs really going after that ball off the boards. Here's the missed shot. Intimidation by Roundfield. He's got the ball. Right here. He stumbles, goes down. The ball belongs to Washington.
Rollins is out. Hill is out. Tom McMillan and Terry Furlow. Furlow is 25. For those of you who are watching Philadelphia and San Antonio, of course, he lit up Houston in that series. CJ's way off. Knocked away from Unseld. It'll go to Atlanta. West touched it last.
And, of course, Charlie Chris, 5'8". He's in at a guard with Furlow.
Here he comes. Number 14 goes to Givens. McMillan pops to the top. Into the wheel horse on the pass. Waits for the cutters. Goes to Furlow on the left. Knocked free. Furlow's got it. Shot clock going down now toward 5 seconds. Now it's a factor. UB's yelling the time. Furlow one-on-one. McMillan a fresh 24. Here's Chris.
They invariably, when they get an offensive rebound like that one, they'll bring it back out. That's smart. Set it up again. Take advantage of the 24 seconds.
McMillan outside. Good shooter. 70-67. 1:30 to go. Third and right with that speed. Comes inside of Chris. Little Charlie hustled back. Right, still going one-on-one, still dribbling, now gives it up to Dandridge. And Givens has quieted him. Unseld.
Good movement, Big West. McMillan tried to help out. Hoped that he could get the charge, but it wasn't there. Nice play. Here's West turning to the baseline. Around Roundfield, McMillan moved over, but Unseld got the basket.
His first of the game. 2 points for West, who's playing with 4 fouls. And McMillan's going to keep him outside. He's going to pull West out. 2 in a row for Tommy at 73-69, and Wright comes inside of the pressure, goes to Johnson high out of bounds. Bad pass. Wright had penetrated, and Johnson was open, but the pass was too high.
He left his feet and committed himself when he made that pass. That's a tough one to make. And again, the Hawks sagged in to block up that middle.
The Hawks have 4-16 Washington turnovers here this afternoon. Now let's see what McMillan does with West. He's trying to screen right and goes through with Chris. Furlow puts a move one-on-one, and Hayes comes over, and Furlow got it up over him. Hayes complaining about an offensive foul. That is the biggest Atlanta lead of the game.
That's a nice move by Furlow. He put the ball up extremely high on the glass. He saw Hayes moving into him, and he still got the field goal.
Dandridge, Unseld is there to screen, now rolls inside with Hawes. Here's Big E, jump hook on McMillan, right up over the top, 74-71. Last 9 seconds, Hubie now yelling out the play, calling the time, last shot time. Chris gives it up, Hawes with the fake, he'll have to hurry. To the shot, scores, it's good.
The frozen rope, I mean, he drilled that one off the glass.
It is good.
Look at this shot. Here's Charlie Chris. Give it to Hawes. He'll make the complete pirouette move. Turn to his right, and a line drive right off the glass, and it's gone. 76-71 Atlanta.
The home court has come alive in Landover, Maryland. They're world champions, trailed by 5 as we start the final 12 minutes. And of course, we'll also have our most valuable player, Dandridge, dribbling, triple-double, now single-teamed, and comes up over Chris. He just waited for the defense to disappear. 76-73. He was cooled off in the third. He scored only 4 points, 14 in the first half. But he hits the first 2 here in the fourth. Overall, he is 8 of 16. Hayes is 8 of 20. 10 rebounds for Elvin. Furlow with a high arch, and Hayes to the rebound. Now the Bullets can come to within a point. 76-73. Dandridge again, high arch, yanked off by Givens. Outlet quickly to Furlow. The Bullets are back on defense. Here's Steve Hawes outside on Unseld. High, McMillan going, Hayes tapped it, Bullets. Lead man, Dandridge is open. It's a one-point game as the Bullets at 2 in a row. And Hubie Brown is now up, telling everybody to calm down on the Hawks.
Atlanta actually on the offense hasn't done anything wrong. The shot just didn't drop for him the last 2 times. Boy, are these people behind these world champion Bullets?
I love the Bullets here. Furlow off. Loose, knocked out of bounds. It's going to go over to the Bullets. They can take the lead.
Nick Mata, what a great job he's done coaching this Washington Ball Club. One of the top coaches ever in this game. While at Chicago, he won over 50 practically every year, and last year a world championship. He comes right back with the best record in basketball.
John Drew is going to check back in. Let's see what the Bullets have got. Shot clock's inside of 10. Dandridge backs in on Givens. Clear out. Dandridge one-on-one. Loose. Taken off by the Hawks. And here comes Furlow. Chris is on the right. Furlow moves inside. Great move to the left hand.
Super move. He had Chris clearing out on the right. That set it up for him. Then he just challenged the defender one-on-one and got the bank shot from the left side.
Now Furlow picks up CJ coming across. Bullets call out the play. Trailing again by 3 at 9:59.
Interesting matchup here is McMillan trying to front Elvin Hayes.
He's wrestling with him. Here's CJ coming up over Furlow. It's a one-pointer again. 78-77.
And McMillan had the saddle on the Big E all the way. Boy, are they going at it. In particular when Washington has the ball.
Givens now waits for the open man. McMillan outside again. This time he misfired. Hawes is all alone, and Hayes rejected it, but right to Furlow. Terry gives up the pass, and Tark's going over, charging foul.
That'll go to Furlow. We'll look at it again. Here's Hawes. Shot blocked by Hayes. Picked up out front. Looking for a new play. Here's Furlow driving. He ran right over Larry Wright. A good call, and Washington will have the ball.
Basketball can't be any better than it is in the NBA playoffs. 2 teams dueling away right now. Coaches involved, referees involved. Johnson outside. Loose ball, one down by the Bullets. Here's Wright. Wright glides in, dishes to He. He spins, rolls around and comes down to McMillan. Off now to Armond Hill. Hawks lead it by 1. They come down on the attack on a high dribble. Armond Hill kept it. Hubie yelling instructions now. Dandridge going with John Drews back on the floor. Hill's outside. Hayes to the rebound. Long pass. Dandridge breaks. Hill with a hand on it.
Had he not touched that ball, Dandridge would have caught it right on the fly. Fine defensive move by Armond Hill. The Hawks a little cold at this point.
Even the trainers are up screaming in this one. Roundfield in and McMillan out. 8 minutes and 44 seconds. 78-77. San Antonio still in command in the third. Hayes! 79-78 now. The Bullets lead it.
Roundfield just coming in, was not there in time, and Hayes got the shot he wanted close to the basket.
Roundfield. Hayes gives him room. John Drew. And Dandridge fouled him. Bobby thought he had all ball, but Manick had the foul.
Take a look at it again. John Drew, high-scoring forward. He wants to go one-on-one. He's got Dandridge right where he wants him. Fake left, go right. And there's your contact. It was in the act of shooting, and John Drew will have 2 free throws.
So here is Drew at the free throw line. For the last few years, he has been the one player that basketball fans knew played in Atlanta. Since that time, of course, they have picked up Terry Fullo from Cleveland, Danny Roundfield from Indiana, and now they're getting the recognition long due this team.
And, of course, Drew came from Gardner-Webb College in North Carolina, unheard of at the town, but made his mark as a pro.
Bullets off to Hayes, who couldn't come right up, and as he did, he was fouled. John Drew.
That whistle was a little quick on that play, as Hayes had lost control of the ball, but they give him the benefit of the doubt when he tried to go up. Here's your play. The pass comes back to Hayes. He fumbles it. There's your whistle. And Drew is called for the foul. And at the line, Elvin Hayes will have 2.
With the score tied, the Big E can put the champions ahead. He does.
He's made 6 out of 7 free throws. And he has 10 field goals for 26 points. Elvin Hayes.
And he has been out there since it began.
12 rebounds for Elvin Hayes.
And it's the Bullets by 2, 81-79. 8 minutes, 12 seconds. Hubie calls out the play. Hill to Givens, who's come back in as Drew goes out. Johnson's underneath with Wright. It'll be Givens outside. Hawes, offensive rebound. So the long bouncing rebounds have gone to the Hawks lately. Roundfield on the turnaround. Adds the punch and ties it again. 7:50 to go now. Wright trying to get inside of Hill. Cut off at the corners. He moves, comes right back. Here's Elvin. Hayes backs in, turns around, short, yanked down by Givens, who got up in the air. Here's Hill. Now it's the Hawks who can go ahead. Closes it, lost control on the turnover, traveling.
That's a tough break for Hill. He had his man beaten, but he couldn't find the handle of the ball. He was going right in. Jack Givens, by the way, has done a good job in relief for this Atlanta ball club at 6'5". Rebounding and playing sharp defense against Bobby Dandridge.
And Hot Rod, we get that pressure again from the Hawks all over the ball. Here's Johnson, slowing it down now for the Bullets. We score tied at 81. Hayes was met by Roundfield and fouled, and the Big E is coming to the line again.
Elvin Hayes wanted goaltending, but he won't get it. Dandridge, smart pass, down low, simply one-on-one. And Roundfield, who can jump every bit as high as Hayes, went up with him and got him on the arm as Elvin actually was trying to dunk the ball.
Here's a man who's played more than 3,000 minutes for the 10th time in 11 seasons. Only one other player in the league's history has as many seasons with 3,000 minutes. Hot Rod?
I know who it is.
Who is it, big guy?
The big guy, Wilt Chamberlain, the Dipper. He never came out.
Here's E.
He's missed 2. We got a loose ball foul.
Madden picking it up. It's against CJ Charles Johnson, his first foul of the game.
Watch him go for the rebounds in here. Hawes just holding Unseld away, who keeps shoving him in the back. And the rebound goes to Hawes and a foul to the Bullets. Atlanta ball, score tie.
Steve Hawes has also played well. Tree Rollins has had trouble in there today. Here's Johnson now, coming around. Johnson glides, knocked away by Wright. Good block, but right to Hill. The Hawks are always where the ball is. Hill ran right into his man that time. He charged CJ and knocked him to the floor. Johnson is down.
Here's the charge.
Still down.
Armond Hill looked at the clock. He knew time was a factor, and he ran right over Johnson, who is hurt on the play as their trainer comes out to take a look. There was only about 4 seconds on the shot clock for Atlanta Hawks, and Hill had to force his way down the middle.
Coach Mata's there, trainer John Riley. And I believe Washington's going to use a timeout right now. I think Hubie was over checking.
You get 20 seconds. If you take more than 20, then you must take a timeout. And that's exactly what's going to happen here. The Bullets will be charged with a full timeout. If they were to lose Charlie Johnson, they would really be in trouble. Because he and Wright really play well together, giving them that good small guard combination when they relieve Grevey and Henderson. Here's the move again. Hill running over Charlie Johnson, and down he went on the play.
They've had physical contact from the beginning of this game until right now. They've been battling under the boards. The guards have clawed away. Dick Mutta checking the clock right now. 6 minutes and 58 seconds to go. We are tied at 81 in Lambeau.
First of 7.
Back in the shadow of the nation's capital, I'm Brent Musburger with Hot Rod Hundley. 6 minutes and 58 seconds to go. We are tied at 81. In the other game, San Antonio with 7.5 minutes to go leads Philadelphia 97-84. They have not yet started out in Phoenix or in Denver. It's Phoenix and Portland game 3, Denver and Los Angeles game 3. We'll have a game next Friday night at 11:30 for the West. Dandridge turning on. Hawes hit the field goal and a big one to put the Bullets up.
That is an extremely tough shot. He turned to his right. The man had his hand up, but he held on long enough to let the hand go away, and then he put the shot in. Bobby Dandridge.
Hubie is going to try Rollins and Drew again. It's Johnson around the Hawes pick. Loose ball, Johnson's right there. Roundfield skies for the rebound. Up on Hayes to tie it again.
That's the most amazing play of the game. And Roundfield's made several. What an offensive rebound coming over the top of Hayes, then turned in his face and banked the shot in.
Now it's right on the left. Hayes and Unseld are both on that side. West kind of popped out. He'll let it go. Johnson fronts him so right is open. He went right to that spot. Great reaction by the Bullet attack when they double-team Hayes. Go to the open spot. Mata plotting the move by Wright. He has replaced CJ, who is not seriously hurt. 5:45, and here's Roundfield. Johnson cut off, not there. Hayes letting him have it. Now it goes to Hawes on the quick turnaround of the glass. Hey, Steve Hawes with 10 points.
Roundfield could have taken that shot. Hayes has been giving him room, but he smartly passed it up and gave it to Hawes down low left for the turnaround jumper.
Here's Unseld. Giving it back to Wright, who broke free on the right side, and Steve Wright has added some spice to that attack.
Boy, has this game been tight.
Now the Hawks come back to see if they can tie it. Hubie Brown checking the clock, yelling instructions. Mata yelling at the other end. Armond Hill waits now as they cut off. Hawes is outside, put it down on West. Shot clock to 5. Now the Hawks have got to work. Givens to the right baseline. It was blocked by Dandridge. Good block by Bobby D.
He knew all along that Grevey was going to force it. Harry Wright with the basketball is 4 for 4 from the field. There have been 11 lead changes in this ball game, and it's been tied 10 times.
Wright now goes over to Dandridge at the top. Givens watching Bobby D. Up. Off, but Unseld, and Hawes was right there fouling him. Wait a minute.
That's correct. You're right, Brent. It's not in the act of shooting, however.
That's what Unseld's upset about. He got unhappy, and I thought maybe they'd called it on him down there.
Here's the play. Right there's your foul. West started to go up, but they'd say, no way. John Vanek, the referee, making the call, so the Bullets will have possession. 3 team fouls on Atlanta, 2 on Washington.
The word from Augusta. Tommy Watson is making a move. He's put together a couple of birdies, and Ed Snead's lead is down to 3 strokes. The final round coming up later this afternoon. Here it's Dandridge. It's a 4-point Bullet lead, 89-85 at 4:20. Now the Hawks dig in again. Hill to the left. Roundfield pops to the top of the circle. Waits for an open man. San Antonio now. Still in command down there.
Got a foul on Bobby Dandridge away from the basketball. One factor here. When they get late in the game, the Bullets have been there before, Brent. They're the world champions. Atlanta has won only one playoff game way back in the early 70s when they beat Chicago. They're not experienced in this kind of a situation.
And Drew just couldn't squeeze the trigger right on the
penetrate all the way in. Go into the air, drop it off to Grevey. He's there for the layup. And the Bullets, with 3:54 left in the fourth quarter, lead 91-85.
53 of Washington's 91 points have been scored by two men. Elvin Hawes with 27, Bobby Dandridge with 26. Hawes is 10 of 23, 7 of 10 from the line, 13 rebounds. Bobby D is 11 of 22, perfect in 4 attempts from the free throw line. And they now lead Atlanta by 6 with 3:50. This is an important trip for Hubie Brown, who lectured away during that timeout. Hill goes to the right and Johnson. Tree Rollins is out there. Hill wanting to go in low with Grevey. Johnson will take it. He's alone. Missed the shot. He was wide open. The open man again is right. Runs it down in the corner. It's his speed that's doing it. Grevey missed it, but Hawes came across.
Grevey tried to put that shot up in with the right hand. And Elvin Hawes has been everywhere for the Bullets. He got the basket. Eddie Johnson on the other end, missing an easy shot. He's been trying to guide that ball instead of shooting it when he's in close. You got to go in and take your normal flip with that shot.
Rollins to Johnson, who comes around the screen, goes up, he's open again, and he rattled one out. Knocked away from Rollins, and there's a foul. Bobby Dandridge coming up.
Here's that shot a moment ago. Very right. Watch Grevey put it up with the right hand. He's left-handed, but shot right-handed, missed badly. And Elvin Hawes was there once again. The Big E got the basket, and the Bullets are up by 8.
With 3 minutes, Hill inbounds to Terry Furlow. Atlanta needs some offense. They've had a couple of shots from Johnson. He just missed them. Drew, and so they're off. Rollins was battling Hawes, and Unseld runs it down, and now the champions will go to work on the clock. 15,132 in Landover, and they've seen a dandy. Game 2 will be here Tuesday night, and the scene will shift to Atlanta Friday and next Sunday. Wright pulls up. There's the man. He missed that shot, though, and Bobby D is there.
Drew badly misjudged that rebound. He leaped too soon. The ball went over his head, and Washington gets another try. Dandridge
inside. Unseld tracked it down, and Dandridge falling down. Hubie Brown will need the timeout as they come across. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. The Bullets have opened up a 10-point lead.
And really, the experience is certainly told here in the last 2 minutes.
And we welcome back to San Antonio those of you who've been away watching Washington and Atlanta go at it. This is Don Quickie with John McLaughlin. With 4:13 left to play in the game, we're in the fourth period. The San Antonio Spurs continue to lead the game 104-90. At one point in the third period, they built up a lead of 26 points over the 76ers. At the end of the third period, they had an 18-point lead at San Antonio. Philadelphia rallied back in the fourth period, cut it to 13. Then George Gervin is at the free throw line, and particularly Larry Keenan, their sharpshooters from the outside, gave San Antonio the cushion. They now enjoy a 15-point lead. John?
The Sixers continue to make a run at them. They've tried to tighten up their defense, going into some full court pressure stuff, mostly some trapping things, and they're trying to get their offense a little quicker, but still the Spurs playing the good defense as you see on that particular play.
Alan Briscoe, who has played a very, very superior floor game for the San Antonio Spurs, the ex-76er, just knocked that ball off Julius Erving, so the ball is back over now to San Antonio. Here's James Salas. San Antonio started to get sloppy when they got the big lead, playing a lot of errant passes, didn't connect. Now Silas drives to the basket, and the Spurs extend their lead to 17 points, 107-90.
That's one of the things the Spurs have been doing, Don. They've been giving the Silas ball out high, letting him go one-on-one and picking off the people like Keenan or Gervin, as you're seeing right here.
Briscoe tapped the rebound out. Keenan comes down. Basket is nullified by an official call. We had a whistle prior to it. So the San Antonio Spurs, in the midst of what could be a very important victory for them, Game 2 of this series will be played Tuesday night here at the Hemisphere in San Antonio. They go back to Philadelphia in the Spectrum for Game 3 on Friday night. Game 4 will be played Sunday afternoon at the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Gervin's at the free throw line. He's been kind of quiet for a while. 27 points. He had 26 points through 3 periods of play.
Irvin got into foul trouble early in that third quarter. He had to go out, sit down for a while, and of course now he's back into the game and made his presence known very quickly by scoring a number of baskets.
Julius Irving is the high scorer for Philadelphia. He scored 22 points. And the Doc sits it down now as 76ers. They're going to go down 1-0 to San Antonio. Darryl Dawkins back in the game. In addition, with the big lead, Doug Moe, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, has had the option of resting a lot of his starters throughout the game. So his team's had a week of rest, and he hasn't pushed anybody today.
He's really rotated his guards in particular very well from the very beginning.
Dawkins fights inside, pulls his way up for a shot, didn't get there, but he will shoot the 2 free throws. We now have 3 to make, 2 chances coming up. Both teams over the limit in the 4th period.
Now there's an example of Big Darryl going low, and that's what he's been doing more in this second half. Rather than spending his time out around the free throw lane, he's been going down underneath. He's been much more effective. But when he has been fouled on and gone to the line, he's been missing his free throws.
Foul was on Mike Green. He has had a problem with the free throw line. Dawkins now has scored 21 points, though. He's come out in the second half. It's a 17-point game, San Antonio, with 3:20 left to play. Alan Bristow kicks it over to George Gervin. He fills the middle, looks at the flank, takes it himself.
Beautiful example of breaking the press. The Sixers went into a 1-2-1-1 zone press, but Caldwell Jones, who was one of the back men, got caught in the front court. The Spurs pushed the ball up, had an easy shot.
31 now for George Gervin, who had 20 of those in the first half. Carroll got away with an elbow there.
Green looks like Dawkins' arm or leg. He's so thin and Dawkins is so big, and of course he's trying not to give up ground to him. That's difficult to do. Gervin out, Mike Gale in, and they love George Gervin, and I wonder why.
Darryl Dawkins back to the free throw line, 23 points. So now with 3:04 left to play in game 1 of this Eastern Semifinal Series, San Antonio with the ball has the lead, 111-94. Mike Green takes a look and goes to Larry Keenan. Bristow will take it out now. Big win of their offense, moving the ball around, moving the clock down. Keenan has been so tough, and Larry Keenan has now scored 30.
He releases the ball so quickly, Don, it's almost impossible to block it. Plus, he's got so much height. Bibby giving the Sixers penetration that they've needed more all day.
Down low and driving to the basket is Mike Gale for yet another San Antonio basket as the 76ers look to be out of it now. Down by 19 points with 2:18 to go. Bristow in there all day, guns the ball to Mike Gale. Back the other way as it is now garbage time officially, and we are wide open. Everybody gets some.
Louis Dampier, who's a great shooter, a great player in the ABA, thought I might have an opportunity to take his. It looks like we may have a charge. Louis upset about that. Shoot the ball, Louis. He's the all-time leading scorer in the ABA, that little guy. Can you believe that?
Right. All-time leading games player. He played more ABA games, more minutes. Scored more.
This is his 12th year in the NBA.
He got his finger cut.
Louis, Jake's got the answers. Louis is asking me how that looked on television. On replay.
We didn't show it back. They both answered.
That's right. Look, they're standing here now. They want a verdict on that, Don. What are we going to say? We didn't see it back, Louis. We're going to have an opportunity to look at it. Maybe we can give them an answer after the game.
I think the ball game
coming up. I think that was a charge.
Henry Bibby takes it baseline, but Henry none too happy with the overall showing of his ball club today. The 76ers coming off a consecutive game sweep of New Jersey's Nets in that best-of-3 series. Came out flat today. Had trouble with their passing, turning the ball over. And the well-rested San Antonio Spurs, divisional champions of the Central, came out cracking with George Grevey scoring 20 first-half points. They built up an 18-point halftime lead.
Actually, the Sixers have had their opportunities in this half. They've been just within range. If they could have stopped the Spurs a couple of more times, they could have been back in the game, but it just didn't happen. The Spurs wanted this one badly.
1:48 to go here now. Mark Oberding throws to Dampier. Lou Dampier kicks it out. Shot is missed by Gale, and here come the 76ers as Skinner feeds out to Marlon Redmond. Glenn Mosley's in the game. We're seeing all of them now. Everybody gets a little PT down the stretch here.
PT time, and that's beef up the average time.
.113 left to play. We welcome the fans who've just joined us here in San Antonio. The San Antonio Spurs are in white. The 76ers are in red as they get a hoop there. Going to the basket is Joe Bryant. We have just 56 seconds left to play in the fourth period. The Spurs have dominated throughout. They lead the game 117 to 101. This is Don Crickey with John McLaughlin. The San Antonio Spurs came out fast in the game. Philadelphia turned the ball over. San Antonio built up an 18-point halftime lead. As Bryant again takes it to the hoop, we are now in garbage time here. Everybody throwing something up. San Antonio really won the game in the first half with a great running game. They were ready. They were refreshed. They'd been off for a week. 76ers coming off those two games with the New Jersey Nets. And San Antonio, a team that's had a history of poor performance in the playoffs, looks sharp today, John.
Plus, the Spurs have been criticized in the past for their defense. And, of course, Doug Moe has said many times, their coach, that they can play good defense, and when the defense is going, their offense is going. Well, we've seen that today. Early in the first half, they came out, they ran some trapping half court on the 76ers. They didn't allow them inside, and that keyed that tremendous fast break we've seen all day.
The high score in the game is Larry Keenan. He has 30, and teammate George Gervin has 31 now. So Gervin, the NBA scoring champion, and Keenan, who's right behind him, on the Spurs roster of scorers, both with big game today, combining for 61 points. Darryl Dawkins is starting to produce a lot in the second half, but it's been too little too late. He now has 25 points for the 76ers. Julius Erving has 22.
Dawkins has spent more time in the second half down and around the basket, getting better percentage shots, but still the Spurs defense keeping the Sixers out of that 3-second area, not allowing the penetration or the good shot opportunities.
Dawkins going for the ball. It will come back inbounds now as Jake O'Donnell will determine to who.
It may not matter much, or it doesn't matter much.
It's not for some time, I don't think, John. This one was over early.
Surprised, too. I thought it would be a much closer game, but I expected the Spurs to really be up for this one.
San Antonio built up a 26-point lead in the third period. We're coming right down to the stretch now. Game 2 of this best-of-7 series is Tuesday night here in San Antonio, then on to Philadelphia for games 3 and 4 Friday night and Sunday afternoon.
It's important that the Sixers try to win one of these games, and then if they do that, going back to Philadelphia, they'll be in good shape, Don, to try to win 2 in Philadelphia. But the way the Spurs are playing, they have something to prove. They have a lot of confidence. They're well-rested, and they have no injuries.
Now they're in good shape right now, and it would become a best-of-5 series. Philadelphia can gain a split. They'd have the home court in a best-of-5, what in effect would turn out to be. Just 10 seconds to go. Skinner at the free throw line for Philadelphia 76ers. San Antonio did not do well against the better teams in the NBA this regular season. They had a losing record against teams over 500. The 76ers were a very effective team against the better clubs. In fact, won 60% of their games against the current playoff teams. Lou Dampier, the veteran from Kentucky, comes down on the fly, loses the ball, and Henry Bibby will inbound it to conclude this game. Our most valuable player of the game, Larry Keenan of the San Antonio Spurs, played a great game when Philadelphia started to challenge. He started to hit time and again. So the $1,000 scholarship fund goes to Memphis State on behalf of the excellent play of Larry Keenan. Chevrolet $1,000 scholarship to his school, Memphis State. There's the final number up. San Antonio beats Philadelphia 119-106. John, how do you think this determines game 2?
Well, I think game 2 is certainly going to have to be different for Philadelphia. They're going to have to concentrate more on their defense and getting better shots. They've prevented the Spurs from shooting well all season long, but today the Spurs certainly shot the ball very nicely.
And here is our Chevrolet Most Valuable Player Award. And the man who got it, Larry Keenan, going up for 2 of his 30 points. The Chevrolet $1,000 scholarship to be awarded to Memphis State on behalf of Larry Keenan. He was tough down the stretch. So the final number is up here at San Antonio, Philadelphia, losing to San Antonio Spurs 119-106. We'll be back in a moment. San Antonio wins game 1 of this Eastern Semifinal Series, 119-106, beating the Philadelphia 76ers by a margin more decisive than that point differential at the end would indicate. San Antonio in command throughout. It was much closer at Landover, Maryland. And not for more on that game, let's go to Hot Rod Hundley.
Very right. The most valuable player of this game today won by the Bullets. And Larry, you came off that bench. You did a great job, and particularly when Johnson got hurt, and that really got the ball club moving.
Well, at the time, we needed someone to come in and lift us. We had been playing pretty good, but we didn't go inside enough with the ball, and, you know, they stretched that on the sidelines. And when I'm on the sideline, I'm just like a coach. I'm supposed to listen to what the coach tells me to do. And I went in and tried to do the things that they wanted us to do.
This Atlanta ball club is to be reckoned with. They're tough. You made a statement a moment ago that you'd rather play anybody as this team.
That's right, because the ball game is never over against Atlanta. You can be leading by 10 with 1 minute to go, and Atlanta is capable of coming back and beating you because, you know, they strap so hard and they got players that, you know, just want to win, and they play all game.
Roundfield matched up well with Hayes. Boy, that guy can get in the air.
Well, anytime you can match up well with the Big E, you're a heck of a ball player, and, you know, not taking nothing away from Danny Roundfield, Big Elvin Hayes. Without him, you know, we couldn't win, and he came on when we really needed him today and showed him why he's the Big E.
Now, another player, Bobby Dandridge. When they double up on Hayes, you go to him. If they double Dandridge, back to the Big E.
Well, we got the best 1-2 punch inside game in the league, and that's not taking nothing away from anybody. And when we get in trouble, we know where to go with the basketball.
Are you surprised that you were named the most valuable player?
Well, anybody could have been the most valuable player. You know, I guess your reason for picking was the time that I came in and gave the team the needed momentum that we needed to go on and win a basketball game.
Okay, Larry, good luck to you. We'll get Elvin Hayes over here. We got Big E. Come on, Elvin. We got Elvin Hayes right here. They're Big E. Big guy, I want you to know that Brent voted the other way again. I voted for you.
Oh, that's just like Brent.
I'm just kidding you. Very right. We gave it to him. He did spark your ball club.
Larry's a tremendous player. Larry, on the last phase of the season, really came on into his own. He played tremendous basketball for us, and I think that, you know, you never want a player to be injured, but I think that when Tommy got hurt, gave Larry a chance to really play a lot, to get a lot of minutes on his belt, and this helps the ball club, and it really helped us today, and I think he was just a tremendous player.
You're ready to go now, apparently. You had that week layoff. It didn't seem to hurt you today.
Last year, you know, we did that. We was able to come out of a mini series and slip in on teams and get that first game. This is the most dangerous game of a series, especially you don't want to lose your home court advantage. Now, the game Tuesday night is very important also, but I think that the most important one is to get that first one and not let that team sneak in there on you. And so this was a very big game for us today, and we came out and all the guys just played tremendously well today, and we got this ball game.
Roundfield played well for Atlanta in a losing cause. Boy, he gets up in the air. What a matchup, you two guys.
Danny is a tremendous jumper. One time when I turned and he was up in there and he dunked that one, I didn't realize that he was so close into the basket. I would have left it alone because he can sky. I'm glad he just didn't try to smash us through there and maybe, you know, hurt me or something.
We had that again on replay, and I know sometimes that's an embarrassing situation, but you try to challenge him and then you try to get him at the other end and do the same thing.
You shouldn't replay those kind of things. The little E's down in Houston, they be watching that.
I understand you got 4 days off to get ready for this.
Yeah, you know, we had a lot of, 4 days off, and it was a really good break for us because we played a lot of games.
I mean, you went down to Houston. Your coach gave you 4 days.
Yeah, I gave him 4 days off, went down there and rode a horse a little while, and visit with the little ones and everything. So it was really nice.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, Brent.
All right, Hot Rod, and the Little E can be awfully proud of the Big E down there in Houston if he's watching. His daddy today was 11 of 24, 9 of 12 at the free throw line, 15 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 block shots. But the game really turned in the fourth period. It was tied at 85, and then the Bullets went on that tear, led by Larry Wright. And the NBA on CBS will continue in just a moment.